Welcome to the Thursday edition of the SNews here at LonghornStation.com. We are the wake-up call. Ahmad Brooks and Jon Medani, and on today's edition, we're talking about the potential suitors to follow up Charlie Weis for the head coaching job at Notre Dame. Now, three prominent names have come to fruition. It's Jon Gruden, Brian Kelly, who's currently at Cincinnati, and, of course, Urban Meyer. Now, I think between the two of us, we've ruled out Jon Gruden.
He's an NFL coach trying to make the transition back to college. It's not that it doesn't work, but I just think they got that in Charlie Weis, and I think they're going to try to go a different route this time. I really do if Charlie Weis is gone.
There's going to be 8 to 10 NFL jobs open at the end of the year. Jon Gruden's got his eye on that. He get his brother Jay back into the NFL. Jay's currently with the Florida team of the UFL. That's short-lived, so this is going to be just fine. But I think we differ on who we think is the better fit. Who do you think Notre Dame should go after? Because obviously money is no option.
Well, money is not an option. And when you have a $4 to $5 million payout is what people report, and to get Charlie Weis out of there, I think it's worth it indeed. Go for the best. You're Notre Dame. Go for the guy that you know that has won 2 of the last 3 national championships. Urban Meyer will be at the top of my list. One, he was there as an assistant coach under Lou Holtz at Notre Dame, also under Bob Davie. And I think the endorsement of Lou Holtz would be the reason why the Notre Dame faithful would believe in this guy. Yeah, besides the fact that he's won national championships, the one thing that I would question about Urban Meyer is his ability to handle the integrity part of this job. And not to say that he's a man that it's not of integrity. I just think that the next candidate they go after, and they do sound background checks on their candidates, ask George O'Leary. I think the next guy has to be one that's very well respected, not only amongst his players, but amongst his peers. I don't know if Urban Meyer's that guy yet, but I do think that he'd be a great fit for Notre Dame and could return them to prominence.
I hope it's a guy like Brian Kelly. I really do. And this is a guy that was languishing at a place called Grand Valley State.
Where's that?
Little school in Michigan, in nowhere, Michigan. He was there for a long, long time. But his last 3 years, he went 41-2, which is what put him on the radar for some of the BCS conferences. Now, Mark D'Antonio left. Cincinnati took the Michigan State job. So they found this guy at Central Michigan. He had worked his way from Grand Valley to Central Michigan. He was a Chippewas coach 2-3 seasons, something like that. Decent success in the MAC. Now all of a sudden he goes to Cincinnati. The guy's been very, very good for these 2 years, and I mean in a hurry. Now Mark D'Antonio had a lot to do with that, but Brian Kelly, very interesting. You know, kind of a parochial upbringing. He's from the New England area. I just think this is very intriguing. The guy has integrity all over him, and he's obviously just a football coach. He would say and do all the right things. He's the son of a politician. He's a poli-sci guy in terms of his, academic background. So I just think that's a very intriguing fit. And the one thing I wish that Notre Dame would do for a change, don't go steal somebody else's great story just because you got money and prestige in your Notre Dame. You know what? Find a guy. You know, there was a time when Texas went and found Mack Brown. There were a lot of people that had to suddenly look up who the hell was Mack Brown. Yeah, exactly. Well, because Texas did their homework. They took some time. They asked a lot of people, and as it turns out, they found a guy who was going to embrace tradition, ask all the right questions, try to do all the right things. I think Brian Kelly would be a guy who would be happy to be at Notre Dame for the rest of his life. He was at Grand Valley State for double-digit seasons. So this guy does not – you don't have to pay him $5 million.
This guy would live at the field house.
Yeah, just give him an opportunity to be the coach. That said, today, Charlie Weis is still the head coach. The Irish are 6-3, and if they win their last 3 games – he'll probably be there next year as well. We're just kicking things around. That's what we do on Sports Talk Radio. We'll be doing it tomorrow, in fact, at 6 a.m. We certainly hope you join us for the Friday edition of the SNews. I'm Ahmad Brooks. I'm Jon Medani. This is the SNews at LonghornStation.com.